Okay, this is a quick tutorial in TinkerCAD. I'm not an expert in TinkerCAD, but I can show you some basic things. Um, if you right-click on the blue work plane area, you can move your view around. You'll notice this has a view cube a lot like Inventor does. In fact, I think these are made by the same company. So this is kind of like a intro version to Inventor. We can do the home view, we can zoom in and zoom out. Um, so unlike Inventor, shapes are already pre-made for you, and then we're gonna alter these shapes. So let's say I wanted to make something like a Lego piece. I would, drag this piece in, and you can make it bigger. You can make it smaller. These tiny little grids, by the way, are millimeters. So if you zoom in, each one of these tiny little blocks is a millimeter, which means this is 1 centimeter. So you can kind of gauge it that way. But if you click on one of the white boxes, you can see the dimensions pop up. And if you hit tab, you can actually type in the dimensions that you would like. So that will be helpful in trying to make things. You can do that for any of the dimensions. So you could type it in, or you can click this little cone, and that just raises it up or down. Here we go. The white box is what you want to grab. You can rotate it. If you click on the little arrows, if you put your mouse outside of the compass dial, it goes by degrees. And again, you can just type in the degree if you'd like. But if you click and drag on the inside, it goes by 10-degree increments. So it took me a while to figure that one out. So let's lay this guy flat. Let's go a couple of degrees back. And I'm sure there's a button to tell it to lay flat, but I don't know what it is right now off the top of my head. Let's see, that looks good. We'll lay that down. And then I like to check to make sure that we're flat here. So here I can see I'm below the plane. So for 3D printing, we want that to be right on the plane. The reason why I'm having you guys use TinkerCAD is because we can use TinkerCAD to get things set up for our online slicing program called AstroPrint. So it's kind of convenient, especially if you're working from a computer that doesn't have any CAD programs, because this is all online. So we can add other things. You'll notice it looked like I put that right on top, but it did not go on top because it's three-dimensional, so we have to make sure we put it in where we'd like it. There we go. So just like in Inventor, we can make holes if we'd like. So let's say I wanted to carve out the shape of the sphere on the top of this brick. So if I click on the sphere, and then I have an option of making that a hole. And so now it's going to cut out whatever the shape is. And if I click away, it is now, even though we can't see it, it is now considered a hole. Way that we can make it permanently a hole, or at least see it as a hole, if we left click and drag everything together, and then we group those together, now that thing is for the most part considered permanent. You can go back and change it if you like. If you highlight everything and then do ungroup, you'll see it come back. And we'll group those. So just like in Inventor, you can add work planes, and for those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, we will be talking about work planes soon, but work planes are a way for you to add stuff and add shapes to the planes. Today we're just messing around with it, so explore the different options here, and then later on I'll show you how to export this so we can 3D print.